Hi everybody, welcome to the Dive Brief. So, the past 12 months have been a little rough on quite a lot of people, but it's also kind of rough on your scuba diving equipment. And with things kind of starting to have a head towards that light at the end of the tunnel, at least here in the UK, we have a rough date of when the dive sites are going to start opening again, which is about the 29th of March. So today I'm going to be looking at basically some XDeep BCDs, because a lot of us are going to be starting to dig out our scuba diving equipment, and now is a really good time to start to reassess your diving and the equipment that you're using. So if you're thinking about making that transition onto backplates and harnesses, this could be the video for you. So XDeep are a great brand to kind of bridge that gap between recreational diving and backplate and harness diving. And the first BCD I'm talking about is their XOOS 38 Deluxe with a stainless steel backplate. So this is really the best bridge to get recreational divers into a backplate and harness setup. So the XOOS 38 is a traditional style wing, so it's a donut shape. It's very, very tough and robust. It's got that stainless steel backplate which adds some weight to your BCD rig, which means that you can often take a little bit of weight off of your weight belt. And it has a deluxe padded harness which is fully adjustable, but it is customizable, so it's kind of halfway between that technical style rig and a recreational rig. You can control exactly where the D-rings are, but you do still have that quick adjustment to be able to get in and out. And you've got padding, so if you are diving in warmer waters and you're wearing something nice and thin like a rash vest, you still have that padding to keep you nice and comfy. But if you do end up enjoying using that backplate and harness, and then you want to move onto twin cylinders, then you can swap that wing out and change it to something else. But the XOOS is still the very traditional design. It's very similar to a lot of other brands, but XDeep do make some more exotic and a bit more interesting backplate and harnesses. The first of the more exotic wing styles is the Ghost Deluxe. So the Ghost is made for very lightweight travel style divers, and hence the name Ghost. It's incredibly lightweight. So instead of a stainless steel backplate, they've swapped it out for a more aluminium, magnesium alloy backplate, which is much, much lighter, and it also has some skeletonized design. So a lot of the metal is actually removed. It still has the structural integrity, it still has that strength, but it's greatly reduced in weight. So for traveling, it's a lot easier. The wing is stripped down, so it's actually one single layer, so it doesn't have that protective shell over the outside. But as far as lightweight goes, the Ghost is definitely worth checking out. And with that deluxe harness, it's exactly the same from the previous BCD. You have that padding, you have that quick adjustability, but you still have that customizability to be able to add and remove D-rings exactly where you want them. And because all of these come fully assembled in the box, all you have to do is just adjust them for the general size and shape of your body, and you're good to go. Now we start getting into the NX series, which is the kind of the highest tier of XDeep, which is equipment that has had a lot of R&D and design go into it, and we're looking at the Zen in particular. So the Zen is very similar to the Ghost as far as the backplate goes, ever so slightly different shape, but it's still got that X profile, which is much more ergonomically designed to fit against your back, which does come in two different sizes. So you get a large backplate and a small size backplate. So if you're slightly shorter and you tend to find that backplates are a bit uncomfortable on your back, then it might be worth looking at the smaller size backplate from XDeep. You also get two choices as far as the harness goes over the entire range of XDeep, in that you either get the Deluxe or the Standard. Deluxe is what I've been talking about previously with the padding, but then you get the Standard, which is much more lightweight. It's a traditional 2-inch webbing design, except instead of just mapping it like most traditional backplates, XDeep have changed where the waistband actually locates and where the shoulder straps attach to the backplate, so it actually makes it much easier to get in and out of the Zen. And the Zen itself actually has that protective outer shell to the wing, which just increases its resistance to abrasion. If you know that diving on twin cylinders is in your future or something that you're interested in, then XDeep have two different BCD rigs for you. So for the more traditionalists, they have the HydroNX setup, which is very traditional backplate, more similar to the one on the XOOS, but it does have the much larger wing, which is more designed for twin cylinders because you have that larger gap in the center to give your cylinders space to breathe inside. Or you have the NX version, which is just dialed up to 11, so you get that skeletonized backplate, the X-shaped backplate, and then you get a NX series wing, which actually reduces a lot of the failure points over the corrugated hose, and it increases the airflow going into the bladders. Again, more designed for twin cylinders, so you can't use these on single cylinders, but if you are sure that you're going to be moving on to twin cylinders, then this is definitely worth checking out. And finally, if you're after something a bit more loosey-goosey and you want to be diving on side mount, then of course you have the classic Stealth. So Stealth comes in three different variants. You either get the Rec, the Tech, or the Classic. The Classic has the very small wing, the bladder that only goes around the small of your back. So that's great for incredibly compact setups where you just want the minimal amount of harness on you. And then you get the Rec and the Tech. The only real difference between Rec and Tech is in the harness. The Rec is going to have a quick adjust harness, whereas the Tech is going to be that single harness, which is a little bit trickier to get in and out of, but it's much more robust and there's much fewer failure points. So if you've been spending lockdown thinking about moving on to more technical backplate style diving, then XDeep is definitely worth checking out. Unlike a lot of other brands, they actually come fully assembled inside of the box. All you have to do is just adjust the straps to your actual body shape, and they have everything that they need, or everything that you need, to start using them almost straight out of the box inside fully assembled. So they are very, very useful for people who aren't really used to backplate and harnesses. They don't really know how to assemble them because they come assembled, and you know that all you have to do is just kind of shimmy some of the straps just to make it comfortable and practical. They're also one of those brands where they take everything and they twist it on its head. They don't go down the traditional route just for the sake of it. They look at the designs, they look at what works, and then they try and make it better. And you see that across all of their range. All of these BCDs and the rest of the XDeep range is available on our website, simplyscuba.com. There's going to be a link down in the description to see all of them. They're definitely a brand worth checking out for your next diving system. So if you have been sort of dusting off your old scuba diving equipment and you think, hey, maybe I need an upgrade, check them out. Head over to simplyscuba.com. Thank you for watching, and of course, safe diving.